Hey, Xiomy here. So today's going to be my top 5 Wednesdays. Now this is a Goodreads group that was created by Lainey over on Ginger Reads Lainey. So I'm going to link the channel down below just in case you're interested in checking it out. So today's topic is biggest badasses, and I wanted to center my biggest badasses around villains and not good guys being badasses. I wanted to center it around people who are badly tempered, who are difficult to deal with, who are mean, who are intimidating, ruthless, mercenaries, rulers, and who just intimidate people with fear, and who are just malicious and evil people who honestly you don't want to deal with in regular basis, and you would never ever want to meet or encounter. So that's why I want to center my list around villains instead of badasses, or characters being badasses. I want to center it around villains. Okay, so for my number 5, I decided to go with the Commissar from the Heart of Betrayal. Now he is the root of the kingdom of Venda, and in this kingdom you don't inherit any power. You basically have to spill blood in order for you to become the ruler. Now he is a ruthless mercenary who honestly is just a bad person, who is badly tempered and who always wants to get his way. And if he doesn't get the way he wants it, you will see how PO this man does get. And I honestly thought that he was a ruthless killer and a ruthless leader. He was the assassin before this, so you actually know a little bit more about him, because that does create you to have no heart basically, and you are this kind of brick person walking around with no heart and no feelings, and you don't empathize with anyone. So I did decide to choose him, and the fact that what he did to Aster, it just doesn't sit well in my mind, so I'm not going to go into full detail just in case you haven't read the book. For my number 4, I decided to go with Queen Lavanna from the Lunar Chronicles. Now she is known to be one of the worst lunars ever to exist, and the fact that this woman is malicious, and she is evil, and she is wicked, and she is cruel to the end. I mean, the things that this woman has done to continue being on throne is just unheard of. She has committed some atrocious acts, and the fact that she is still in possession, and the fact that she can control your mind, because she can control your mind, and basically there are no wars or fights, or never there is anyone who is overthrowing her just because she has that notion that she can control your mind. So the fact that she can control your mind is very ruthless, and she doesn't allow people to go up against her. So you will die just in case you do go up, you do decide to go up against her. But she is a cruel, wicked person who just, I really want to read more about her, because I really do want to know a little bit more about her. And the fact that when she was actually introduced in Cinder, that's when I decided to get a little bit more interested in the books. For my number 3, I decided to go with Sebastian Morgenstern. Now he is from the Mortal Instruments series, and he is the son of Valentine Morgenstern. Now this man decided to continue in the chaos and the havoc that his father created, but he had a different take on it, honestly, I have to admit. But he was poisoned from his own father since he was in the womb of his mother, so you kind of see that darkness that was created by his father, and the way his father treated him was in a very nice way. And then you kind of think that he has this good side to him, but no, he doesn't have this good side to him, because he is a psychotic, deranged person who just has no empathy for anyone. And his relationship with his sister is just weird. I mean, just weird. The fact that he wanted to control the world, and the fact that he killed so many shadow hunters, and in a very cruel way. I mean, he turned them into Undarkened, and that's the worst way that you can go, by killing shadow hunters. And the fact that he wanted to he wanted to rule the world, especially with demons, and it was just he just created a lot of chaos and a lot of havoc in the Mortal Instruments series. And it's just, he's a very, very malicious and bad-tempered person. Number 2 pick, I decided to deviate into the realm of the DC Comics universe, and I decided to go with the Joker. Now he is the clown killer of the DC universe, but he is a deranged, psychotic, sadistic, lunatic killer. And he is basically like, he creates chaos, and Batman is going to counteract that chaos that he creates. And honestly, he is a very psychotic killer. He just feeds off of fear and destruction from people. And the fact that I still have in my mind from Injustice Gods Among Us, that the fact that he killed a cat with a dog, or a dog with a cat. How was it? He killed a dog with a cat. So that's how demented can you be? So that's why I decided to choose him, because he is a very cruel and just sadistic person, honestly. My number 1 and final pick of biggest badasses, I decided to go with the Nazgul from the Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. Now I decided to go with the Nazgul, but not when they were riding the horses. Though I have to admit that when they were riding the horses, that was just freaking amazing. The details and how sadistic and eerie and dark they looked. But no, I decided to go when they were riding these hideous, humongous, pterodactyl kind of monsters, they looked amazing. And the fact that they just came in and it was like, oh my god, it was just amazing. The detail of them was just eerie and dark and lovely. I loved it, honestly. They portrayed that darkness and that eeriness. So I decided to go with the Nazgul just because they are known to be one of the most terrible servants that Sauron can have. They are bound to Sauron by the power of the One Ring, and they became invisible because of their overwearing or overexposure of the ring that Sauron gave them. So they are really deadly wraths. Being exposed to them can create unconsciousness, it can lead to death, and you can have nightmares. But there is a herb to counteract these effects. But the fact that, you know, there is a prophecy to be fulfilled. Now, the One King cannot fall under the hand of man. But I did think that was lovely and amazing that he did fall under the hand of the Hobbit and of a woman. And I think it was Mary, and I forget her name, Eo something, I forget her name, just horrible with names. But I really did love the notion and the fact that, you know, their darkness was just portrayed so beautifully and so amazing. I think that they were the biggest badasses just because the fact that they created so much, or they imposed that darkness and that eeriness, and just being exposed to them created even death is something that was, you know, it's something that's crazy. And I love their way that they were brought to life. So that's it for my top 5 biggest badasses. If you see this video, let me know which are your biggest badasses, where you chose villains or where you chose good guys being badasses. That's it for my video. I want to thank you for watching, and until next time, peace.